Good evening, one and all. It's Friday, it's the end of the working week, and time to jump into some more good old Warframe. Welcome in, everyone. Hope you're doing well where you are around the world today. I'm gonna. So, the ones you purchased from Dojo not count there. Did you farm Wukong? I mean, you kind of do, kind of don't. It's just, it's there in the dojo. It's not really gonna matter. Oh look, it's the second person with the idea. Dr. Sleep Time, thank you very much for the 4 months of Prime there. Much appreciated. Yes, you could go ahead and sing Cynax to farm Cynax. You go right ahead and do that. Absolutely. You may have posted a correction there, but then you're also trying to be silly. So, you do not get a correction. It is denied. Alright, and off to that cracking start there. Kome, but yes, I was using Kome earlier, interestingly enough, to run a mission whereupon you get Kome parts. I didn't get a Kome part, but that is fine, because the idea is not to specifically get the frames, but instead to be present in them. So this is going to be a little bit of a different stream from what I do on usual Wednesdays and Sundays, which is much more of a gameplay focus and share the experience and vibes and moments of discovery. This is very much more of a, hey, I'm recording a whole bunch of Warframe missions. Why not stream recording a whole bunch of Warframe missions? Makes sense to me, especially when my list of Warframe missions is long. Like, nearly 60 long these days. They are continuing to increase the number of frames in the game, which, you know, we want them to do. We want them to get a lot of stuff, but yeah. And happy hour, it's no secret. It is no secret. If I head on over to my own YouTube channel real quickly here, I go into my YouTube studio, I open up my content, and I sort it by views. Today is the day. Today is the day. It is on 1,000,012 views. Someone somewhere in the world, without knowing it, was the 1,000,000th viewer of my How Long It Takes to Farm Every Warframe in 2023 video. I said when it hits 1,000,000. When it hits 1,000,000, it'll be due for a redo, and it has hit 1,000,000 total views on that video. So it's about time to do something else. It's about time to refresh it with all the things have changed, because that one came out with Varuna as the latest frame. Since then, we've had Citrine, Kaleva, Dagath, Corvex, Dante, J, Kome, Sites 9, Temple, Raxia, and Noko. Which means there is more to cover than before. And interestingly, when I was going through and gathering up the initial details for each of those, obviously I've done some previous How Long It Takes to Farm these individual frame videos. It turns out that DE have very much shifted tack. Or at least what they've done in the later stages of the 2023 videos farms, those styles of farms have continued. Gone are the days of heading into a assassination mission, killing the boss 3 times and going, yay, a Warframe! Now I get to enjoy this thing! Oh, it is nowhere near as simple as that these days, is it? At least for not any of the new things. Even ones with an attached quest to them, like Citanine or Jade, whereupon you get part of them from the quest, you still need to go through the process. Should we wait for Uriel to come out and add them to the list? Nope. Uriel can have their own video. Why wait when there's always another new frame right around the corner? When we consider that Noko came out, what, just last month? So, I mean, when do I draw the line, you know? We go, oh, well, a new frame's just around the corner. Okay, we'll wait. New frame comes around. Oh, well, you know, there's more important things to cover right now. Okay, so cover the new stuff, the new frame, new weapons, new missions that might appear, new arcanes, new interactions, new augments. Oh, well, the next one's just around the corner. All right, we'll wait. You see, there's never a point that it qualifies. So that's why, one of the reasons I drew the 1,000,000 viewer line, because I figured we'd get there. Eventually, that video was never not getting views, and it's hit the mill. It has hit the million. It's weird to think that that single video accounts for a significant portion of the total views on my entire channel. Because I'm going to have to kill this quickly as I can. Is this? Nope. Still got through a little bit. Because if I look here, it says total views on channel, 32.8 million views. Excuse me. 32.8 million views on the channel. And 1 million of those is a single video. It's kind of bonkers, really, when you consider that I have 266 public videos on the channel. Kind of bonkers, really. And I think that view count is also including shorts, which means it includes the short that I put out about the Sergeant, which has 1.6 million views. So, you know, when you take out things like that as well, you realise just how much of an impact on the entire channel that singular video is. It's kind of wild. But anywho, just spin that around, give us a different area of the ship for a moment. Yeah, it is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. So, I have recorded a bunch of things already. I have been very lucky with one as well. So I've recorded Citrine Kalervo. That was a lucky one because I managed to get a Kalervo spawn during a period where Kalervo was flammable. Dagath, Corvex, Dante, Jade, Kome, those are all done. Which then brings me on to a whole bunch of others, as in pretty much everyone else. And that's just doing the recording of each of the scenes of farming. If you imagine I spend, what, 5 minutes getting footage per frame, and then, like, there's nearly 60 frames that need their own individual bits of footage, that in itself is 5 hours of nothing but getting footage just to be in the background of a video that most certainly is not going to be 5 hours. That in a small amount. And so that's why we're dedicating a few hours of stream here to it. That is why we are dedicating that. So, with no further ado, let's grab Cytonine. I'm just going to go from my list, top to bottom, just how I've got them written out. And Cytonine is the next one to go for there. Cytonine, obviously having access to their sniper, the neutralizer, that should hopefully feature more than a bit. Alright, sniper setup should do just perfectly fine for this. Let's get that loaded in there. And let's switch this back because I've already done whatever setup that was. We'll keep Verglass. Verglass is fun. Hello, Warduck. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. And skip whatever that's about. Don't care. Yep, cool, cool, cool. Oh, there's a thingy-bob there. Couldn't care less. Right. Let's head into the ball. So it should be pretty quick, all things considered. Oh yeah, almost everyone will be very quick to get the recording for. It's just a case of getting recording. I'm not going to record literally getting the entire frame. Just to be very clear, I don't do that for those videos. Why would I? When a single farm can take a couple hours, but the section of video is going to be a minute, why would I spend the whole time getting it? It's just pointless, right? I've already farmed every single frame in the game. I've already gone through the process. I don't need to do it again just for the sake of doing it, when I can instead get on with the stuff that people actually care about. So, let's head over to the bounties. And let's see, so where is a exterminate in here? Of course it's going to be a real high one, isn't it? There we go. Exterminate, and what is the actual bounty? Is a bounty just things explode on death? Oh, that's easy. Yeah, I cannot go wrong with that one there. Alright then. That is easy. Let's just make sure I am definitely set to solo. I am indeed. Okay. Easy mode. You will get no complaint from me on that. Hello, Arthur. You're speed on ahead. I'll catch up with you. There we are. He got off his bike well before the mission actually starts, but whatever. It's Arthur doing Arthur things. That just ducked the shot. Oh, you gotta love the damage on this thing, though. Oops, I missed. You have gotta love the damage on this thing. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna keep missing apparently. There we are. That's the hit I was looking for.
Scour your supply cache in the area. You get near, it will start ticking.
Ah, that supply cache could be a little bit of a problem to my my invis. Reload again. Un momento. You're alive. Let's fix that.
Got him.
Yeah, I want to get as many enemies from here as I can, so there's as little left to do when I trigger the thing. Oh, no, it's triggered. Maybe that's how that works. Okay, well, invis timer does have a decent length on it, and this is only a couple hundred meters away, so hopefully I can get out of this unscathed. That was a pointless redirect, but it's fine. Oh! Well, these charges are easy to find, aren't they? I like it when that happens. There we are. I replaced resupply? Yeah, this is one of the original builds I put out the guide on.
Hitters coming out of every nook and crook. I say, let them come.
Alright. Reset this. Should keep on top of them. There we are. Yeah, with the whole resupply thing here, I mean, look at how this is playing. Does it look like I need resupply at this point in time? Does it look like I am missing out on one-shot capabilities? And part of that is because this isn't EDA, ETA, Steel Path, anything like that. It's just a bounty. As long as I land the shot, I'm good. Hell, even if it was one of those things, you land the shot, you're good. Need for faster reload? It's not that big of a deal. It's a little bit of time reloading. Ugh. Okay, a lot of things just spawned behind me there. That's rather rude of them. But yeah, the benefits of silence far outweigh a little bit of reload time. Can I land the shot on that one? Oh, sniping these wild things. I'm too old for this. Seriously, sit still! Oh my god. I could not hit that one. I could not. There we go. Considering I need the headshots to keep the invis, that was painful. Yep. There we are. Found the headshot. Phew. Moment announcement. Android beta screen live on the 28th. Hey, nice. I will probably not partake on account of this does not feel like the kind of game I want to play on mobile. I'm happy to leave it on my well-invested PC. You can tell by the lack of red crits, I'm not hitting the headshots here. There we go. Damn, saw that one a fucking mile away, didn't we? Clear a whole group of them. Another whole group of them. It is just struggling with how these things move. Like that. It's just so hard for me to track when they're going to throw their heads back, turn around, swing wildly. That makes this a hell of a skill check. How do I prepare for that? Or that? I'm too old! Oh, hello. Big old spawn. Silence is supposed to help a little bit by getting them to be a little bit less dramatic for a moment. Hi, can we calm down on the explosions? But it can only do so much, can silence. I'm too young to sound too old? I know, Mireille, but reaction speed does go down. Like, significantly. And for something like this, reaction speed is a huge part of it. God damn it. Frickin'. Okay, that one teleported, you saw it. Maybe that's or something killed it.
Quit in time, fam.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Alright. Let's get out of this one. No, 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 I didn't fall off of that. There we are. And we're Gucci. Alright then. Very nice. You got cold tactical to help with headshots? Fair enough. Trying to think how well that would work also in Viz, but sure. Shezbot asking, is the drop table for open world frame parts spread the same across all of them, or is there a variation of loot table dilution within the bounties? Drop for open world frame parts? They all use a different system. They all use a different system, Shezbot. You can't just like learn Gara and know all of them. That's not how it works. No. Alright, recording done for Cytonine. Next would be Temple. Yeah, I agree. Playing something as complex as Warframe on a mobile screen, you're going to be reduced in what you can achieve, I would say. Yeah. Alright then. Now, if I'm doing this, I mean, there's only one correct weapon for this, isn't there? So let's just make sure it's not badly modded. That's modded. That'll do. That'll do. From Zedok, don't know if that's out of place, but diminishing return. Should one be too concerned about using a base damage mod plus steel buff arcade? Are the diminishing returns not big enough or what? Would like a straightforward, the more Warframe knowledgeable person I know. I feel like we accidentally a couple words there, but I get your overall gist, which is, should I use a base damage mod and a steel path arcane, or shouldn't I? And the answer is, it depends. It depends on the weapon. It depends on the use case. It depends on the other arcanes you have access to. It depends entirely on what you're achieving. It really, really does. What have I even got on this? So this, for example, has a base damage mod and a base damage arcane. The two are additive. There's no special treatment there. There isn't some formula magic that says that this is better than it otherwise would look. It is simply put this way around to be a very simple and effective setup. I don't need to think about it. I'm not taking anywhere high level because it's the goddamn Ignis Wraith. It doesn't do high level. But there's such a gulf between high level and standard level that this will still obliterate in standard stuff. So in that case, just having the initial base damage before any stacks come online is worth it to me. But in general, there is no correct answer should you use them together or should you not use them together. If there were such a correct answer, you'd be able to find it on Reddit. You'd be able to find it on Twitter. You'd be able to find it on YouTube. You'd be able to find it on the wiki. When there isn't such a correct answer, and therefore there isn't one posted everywhere, that's because there is just nuance to it. It's building, after all. You run the numbers on what you've got and see if you can do better. That's basically it. Alrighty, let's head over to the Pompey Sea. We're going to go down to Solstice Square here and just do a quick little run with Temple. Let's activate the recording on that one. There we are. So I'll both use Ignis and Lizzie as appropriate here, but it's good to have the flamethrower weapon as a backup in case Lizzie feels tired and all musiced out at an inopportune moment. Oh, a little too early on that. No, actually, that was just fine. Nailed it.
This one is for my bandmates who never got a chance to play for you.
If the music lives, they live.
Alright then. Yeah, so far no energy drops, which is exactly what limits this. So now I'm over onto Ignis. Ah, energy drop. Get you out of there. I'll be honest, I have forgotten what Temples 2 actually does. Overdrive. Okay. Where's the thing I haven't killed? There it is. It's still weird to me that there's a load of enemies on this map that just refuse to actually come in and engage. Shezla, if you're seeing absolutely ridiculous values for Temple, it is a bug. Temple doesn't get ridiculous values outside of what, you know, normal math says you should get. It is just UI being UI, as per usual.
A gracious shout out to my lovely friends providing security today.
Oops, that cancelled my jump. But we're getting there. Zenok, I'll have a look at that paragraph in a moment, sorry. Alright, we look at a lot of places to get more info, not a lot of look, just get the one to avoid diminishing returns, the super arcanes, best in base damage, but getting the arcanes to start is trouble on the road. It is, yeah. You've hit the nail on the head as to why you'd want to use the two together.
What are we doing today?
Yo, Lobelia! We're doing exclamation mark goal. Thank you very much for the 21-month resub there, much appreciated. But the simple premise, alongside what it says on the stream title, is doing recordings of various frames doing their own farms. Because I need the recordings for an upcoming video, and it's going to take hours, so might as well use that stream time to do those hours, yeah? Alright. Yeah, so look, when it comes to diminishing returns, it only really matters in the case of can you actually do the mission better. If you can't do the mission better, then it doesn't make sense to use the supposedly mathematically better item, does it? There we go. That should be sufficient for that there. If not, I can always record more later. One tap goes so far. It's not so much one tap, it's more a case of if you mathematically go, oh, well, these two bonuses are weaker than these two other bonuses, sure, but if you can't get to those two bigger bonuses more consistently, then it doesn't actually work. It's like having a guarantee of dealing 1,000,000 damage or a 1% chance of dealing 1,000,000,000 damage, and otherwise you deal 10. I'm using an extreme example to sell the point there. If you only need 2,000,000 damage to kill an enemy, then it's either always do 2 shots to kill them, or one shot to kill them, but only 1% of the time, otherwise you can't kill them. Which of the two would you prefer to bring? And so it's finding that personal balance for you. It's finding not just what you have available to equip, but also what actually works in the missions you're going into. If you need to jump through 17 hoops to get the double damage that someone else is creaming over on Reddit, why not just not jump through those 17 hoops and still get the job done, quite frankly. This is why almost every build guide I put together usually focuses on as few items as possible. If I can focus on just a Warframe or just a weapon, then I will do so, because then it's all self-contained, all of the power is exactly as it is shown. Everything you stack on top of it is you going those extra miles. You're putting in the extra effort as you so desire. If you want to use Lavos' Valence Formation to get more elemental damage, if you want to use the crits that you get from Kalevo, if you want to use the energy support you get from a companion with Synth Deconstruct, all those kinds of things are separate decisions you make outside of or alongside of the build, but they don't really undermine the core premise of, are you succeeding at the mission? If you succeed, cool. There's more than one answer in the first place. Take the one that feels best to you. I hope that all makes sense on that there, Zenok. I hope that all makes sense. But say, only times I've actually build weapon-specific frames, things like Force Influence or just Topic in general. Yeah. Yeah, there are some things which have better synergies than others, absolutely, and so you build into those better synergies when they become available to you. It's like, Lavos works very well with the mecha set, whereas Banshee or Ash doesn't work anywhere near as well with the mecha set. So there are things which synergize better and you build around them. In some cases those become the build itself, and the actual frame now is more just a component that supports that build, rather than the thing that the build is built around. You're just working with what you need. I was rewatching the Galvanized Mods video the other day. There are weapons that cannot deal damage to trigger the Gunko. What? Cannot... There are weapons that cannot deal damage to trigger the Gunko. That sentence doesn't make sense there, sorry. Just that sentence. It's like saying there's some buckets of water that don't put out fires. Okay, on a high level, so there are some buckets of water that don't put out big fires, but like, it's a bucket of water versus a bucket of water. What do you mean there are weapons that can't deal damage to trigger Gunko? Damage doesn't trigger Gunko. So the whole sentence is just incorrect. Galvanized Aptitude is a status chance, just flat. On kill, you get a bonus to direct damage per status type affecting the target, specifically if it is non-radial damage. Okay, so that's a different sentence, Enoch. Yeah, that's a different sentence. There are weapons which, without the benefits of Galvanized Aptitude already being in effect, may not deal enough damage to kill quickly enough to actually get Galvanized Aptitude up to speed to allow you to maintain the mission. Or would struggle if you're in a situation where it goes down again. Yeah, so like, I see what you're trying to say now. I see what you're trying to, but at the same time, like, you skipped about half the words necessary to convey the point, is why it was so confusing there. But yeah, the whole aspect of there are some weapons which are so weak that if you attempted to take them onto a high-level mission, a Steel Path or higher mission, and try to get the benefits of Galvanized Aptitude, Primary Merciless, other stack-based or kill-based effects, they would fail to get there because you just can't get the kills in the first place. That is absolutely correct. English is not your main language? I get that, that's fine. That's about half of everyone on the channel, so that's absolutely fine. It's still the point that I just need to actually receive the rest of the words, yeah. But we got there in the end. This is why I query when things make no sense, to find out. But yeah, absolutely. There are various weapons which are, frankly, mastery fodder once you're up into the higher tiers of the game. Mastery fodder as a description was always a case of a comparison. Were they worth it, or do they just simply fail to work at the tiers of play that you care about? And straight up, yeah. When you stack enough on-kill effects from Galvanized Chamber, Galvanized Aptitude, Galvanized Scope, Primary Merciless, whatever else we want to throw in, once you stack enough of those together, you end up with a weapon that actually has no benefit until you've already killed something, which leaves you in a very awkward spot. But then there are other weapons which are powerful enough that they can get those kills, certainly on weaker enemies, to then immediately just scale right into the damage they need. Incarnate weapons are a very good example of this, because pretty much every single Incarnate is capable, in even the highest level missions we have to this day, it is capable of triggering its effects right from get-go. Sometimes you may need to buff it up with a Warframe ability here or there, but you won't need to rely on other weapons to literally soften the enemies up first. You'll be able to just take them out. Awkward when your teammates kill faster than you, so you kill nothing. Yeah, that is another one of the weaknesses of these stacking effects, or these ones here, because it's the first time where kill stealing is really a thing in Warframe. This was much more of an issue when they first came out, because we've since had yet more power increases across the board. But yes, indeed, if your allies kill stuff near you, you can't power up. And if you can't power up, you continue to fail to kill stuff quickly, meanwhile they have powered up, so now they kill even faster. And you get that runaway effect if you're in a group which just can't really account for that. It is a fundamental vulnerability. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a weakness, but it is a fundamental vulnerability in Warframe's design, that in a group mission, quite frequently a mismatch in power will lead to a serious lack of presence in a mission. So one can very visibly see that they are just not achieving anything of note. They could stand still, and the mission wouldn't notice. It's also why you have to be very careful on blocking any kind of AFK strategies, because some people would take advantage of that and intentionally stand still. Yeah. It is really what it is on that there, and is no small part of why I play a lot of missions solo. Not just so that I can get clean, very visible footage whatever I'm doing, but also so that there's not someone else just sailing through with the Omegatron 9000, because they want to use the Omegatron 9000, and they want to put in the 500 APM to kill everything just a little bit faster, but because it's that little bit faster, it runs away with itself. Yeah. They would complete the mission in 1 minute 30 seconds, where I would complete it in 1 minute 45, and so I don't get to shoot something. It is just a part of Warframe there. And to an extent always has been. Just more so with the on-kill effects. Alright, let's have a look real quickly over here. Do we have an Orexia? Oh, thank you, world. Okay, Orexia's the next on my list, and that happens. That makes my life easier. Let's record Orexia doing the mission to get Orexia. Should we look at work? Hey, sometimes you just gotta roll a hard 6. We got it. Tank build? Sure, why not? Uses equilibrium and she can self-charge that, so that's fine. Just grab all of those. Let's see, what have we got here? Batacor, Velt, Cyber, Mios, Redeemer Prime! Oh, good, we have a weapon that does something. That will do just fine. Compressor Prime, Stubber, and Exani. Okay, I guess we're taking you. And... does it even matter? There we are. So let's say, have there been any addresses on the fact that against Murmur you cannot trigger headshot because it's a leg? On the particular Murmurs that don't have heads, no. But that's only particular Murmurs. So that's the Shuffling Fragment, Anatomizer. It's kind of hard to hit it on the snake one. I forget the name of it again. So yeah, there are some difficult bits and pieces. But there are other enemies which are very easy to headshot, like the Lumbering Fragment, the Canines, the Archicanids. Those are pretty much the two easy headshot ones. The Rogue Culverins don't count because as much as their shoulders kind of count, you immediately destroy them, and so headshot kills are taken away from you. Unless you super duper ultra overkill them, which is more than a bit frustrating. But yeah. On melee kill, gain overguard. Sure, why not? Alright then, let's go run Araxia for Araxia.
Of dust. Once there was a beautiful garden where cruel children played. Nobody ever had to grow up. And then
I realise I picked a melee weapon with a melee bonus on a frame that doesn't want to melee, but it's fine.
New and fabulous game.
This isn't enough. We need to call in more help. From you. Another you.
We need another me, y'all. We need another me. Yeah, that gets slammed to the ground. Didn't know that. There we go. I need you to go to the thing. There it is. Got it. Alright then. Doesn't really matter. Let's just use you. Oh, this way. Enter the Undercroft.
Don't tell me you're siding with the brand. It's about time to grow up, don't you think?
Yeah, Araxia may be an anti-melee frame, but I can still utilize her as I see fit. It's fine.
If that means sending you into the Undercroft, then so be it.
Stop talking and start the survival, please.
Have you ever played that game?
Nope, okay,
where
we're gonna
you
wait.
See how long you can hold your breath? Let's play it now.
I don't think I'm gonna get to 5 minutes. Nope. Nope. Okay. That's an auto cutter off. I would, except I'm also recording this so it's usable in a video, and that can lead to awkward moments that just don't fit. So rather than taking that risk, I just don't do it. Yep. That grenade got me. Alright, I hope the ammo is going to hold out on this, because I am going to absolutely spam it with compressor. Melee Araxia footage. Honestly, it fits. Sometimes the spider's just got to get up close and hit you with a shotgun on a stick. I just hope that the spiders in my house never learn to wield shotguns on a stick. That would be bad. Particularly bad. But yeah, this is very much just Araxia go burn Undercroft. I'm not going to need probably any of this survival section footage, I'll be quite honest with you. This part of it is not going to make it into the video and is just a case of being present. I'm running out of compressor ammo, so I'm going to switch over here. That thing does not want to perish. There we go. We'll just delete it instead. Hello, Myla. Doing well. Hope you're doing well yourself. Ooh, that took out all of them in a way I didn't expect. But it's fine. You, stop giving them overguard. It ruins my day. You, stop having overguard. Also, my health is up to a nice 7,800 at the moment. That's pretty cool. 7,900, still going. Stop giving them overguard. I did not authorize this. $8,600 health, still going up. I think that might be close to the cap, if not already. Yeah, that's the cap. At least with this current setup, which is cool. Didn't mean to hit that enemy, but whatever, it can die too. Stab. I wonder if these scuttlers are going to come with me back into Duviri in just a moment. I mean, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh, too soon. There we go. We've got another 20 odd seconds before we go back up topside. Alright, let's see. Do the scuttlers come with me?
For a second that you are winning.
Come on, come on. Take us through, please. Yay! They do come with me! Ah, that's beautiful. Alright then. Double drops, why not?
You ran all the way back to my poisoned garden. Now you're chasing me here?
Yep.
What is it you need?
Open the chest, defeat the Guardians.
Everywhere. Waiting to ambush me. I don't like the look of that chest.
I don't see any issue with the chest at all. Seems fine to me. There we go. Next decree. Let's go with enemies drop more orbs. Gib. Next location. Find the chest.
Hack off
There
a
it is.
hand, an arm, a face. Keep on taking and see what grins back at you.
Alright, she said keep on taking.
The
Let's
scholar
take.
knew this day was coming. He prepared for it. Hid things. Find them.
I found it. There we go. Alright then. Weak point kills, create a thing that does stuff, or rolling for ammo efficiency, and...
I can be your father, your lover, your friend.
Where's the entrance into this one again?
I can give the
Ah,
dead
over this way.
back their voice. All you have to do is ask.
Yeah, I don't trust anyone that says they can bring back the dead. Like, there's nothing good coming of that. Oops. Nope. Spider on spider. Alright then. Who can spider better? That took that out. Delete you. Delete that because I can. Delete you. Just gotta watch out with the Death Scuttler, basically. A little bit more damage. There we go.
Albrecht left nothing but dust and
Whoop.
darkling
Hi there.
spiders in his wake. Isn't it time for a new story?
Yeah. I mean, this is about as easy as this gets. And dealt with. I mean, that couldn't have been much easier, really, could it? That couldn't have been much easier. On-kill parkour speed? Sure, why not? Don't think I need it. Gonna have it anyway. I picked up the double drop, so I might as well use them. There we go. And straight in. Alright then. What have we got? Eliminate all targets. Oh, don't mind if I do.
Anymore, kiddo. These creatures are no scourger, but they'll crush you still.
I was expecting it to say crush you like a bug, given I'm playing Araxia, but sadly not. That would have been too fitting. What are those yellow cubes? Yellow cubes. Not exactly following along, sorry.
Waste your time down here in the Undercroft. I'll have my fun.
Orbiting me? Oh, right. Sorry, I didn't see the faint orange cubes around me. Yeah, that is health conversion, which is giving me more armor as a result of picking up health orbs. So that's 1,350 extra armor, which is a hell of a lot of tank on this health-based frame. Pretty damn nice.
If you're wasting your time here, who's protecting those freaks back in Helvania?
Well, you know, wibbly wobbly timey wimey, we can protect them at the same time, because at different times. Oh, double crit damage, don't mind if I do.
She is vulnerable.
Hey!
Get to the heart of the corruption.
Let's get this started. Latch up. Latch.
They're all real. All the bad old memories. Here's one now.
Ah, yes, it's time for the villain to start crashing out because they're not defeating us. And now for the big spawn. Hello, Queen. Things are going well here. Hope it's going well for you, dude.
For deal breakers.
Stage 1 dealt with. Let's go invis.
She's tightening her grasp.
Yeah, and I'm creating scuttlers. It's kinda hard for her to fight with that. Ooh, got some juicy red crits in there as well. Just at the end. Alright, where's the treasure? There's the treasure. Ta-da! And we've got Erexia systems. Hey, that is nice to include. All the scuttlers just spawn in a cluster. Ugh. Go! Get them! Yeah! Honestly, proving effective. That's it, turn your attention to the big one. Come on, take it down. Literally took it down, okay. And a finisher. Good work, Spiderlings. Good work. Well, there we are. That went quite nicely, didn't it? That is Araxia farming Araxia recorded. Alright then. And to think that in the video itself, I'm probably going to use 1 to 2 minutes of that footage. But I can't just go in for 1 to 2 minutes and assume that I have the good footage right at the first 2 minutes. It's not how it works. You just have to keep going, get the whole mission in, and hope that somewhere within that mission is a nice coherent segment I can use. They are. Okay, let's see. Next up, Noko. Noko's turn. 1 to 2 minutes per frame is a damn long video. It won't be 1 to 2 minutes per frame, but there are some frames which need more talking about and others which can be clustered together. So I think, for example, the dojo frames, I talk about the dojo. There's Banshee, Volt, Zephyr, Wukong, Nezha down there. So that's 5 frames in total, but talking about that takes like a minute or so. Very easy to cover. When it comes to the star chart assassinations, I can call out that there is star chart assassinations, the basics of how the drop table works on that, but then that covers Rhino, Hydroid, Excalibur, Mag, I'm thinking my way around the chart, Frost, Wisp, technically, but needs her own thing, Valkyria, Nova, Ember, Equinox gets her own special mention, so should be separate from that. Loki's in there, Trinity's in there, Saren's in there. Mag, did I mention Mag? I think I did. I think that about covers those. Necros. So yeah, all of those lot can fit into maybe a couple split sections for the stages of gameplay and how the assassinations jump up from just go run the assassination a little bit to, oh, here's these extra hoops to jump through. But it mostly comes down to the same thing. Do I farm day aspect and day form, night aspect and night form? What? I don't know how I'm supposed to respond to that, sorry. Equinox? I know Equinox, yeah. I know Equinox. Yeah. I know Equinox. Sort by used, Warframes, third most used frame of all time for me. I am aware with Equinox having a day form and a night form. I'm aware of her having those two aspects, which are built independently. I'm aware of the fact that it's 12 hours for each of the parts, and then 72 hours for each of the actual aspects themselves, and then you combine it for a final 72-hour build time for the main component that makes up Equinox. I understand that all of those parts come from the same drop table, however, so you can't farm them separately. So what is your question? I don't know how to respond, not because I don't know about Equinox. I don't know how to respond because the very thing you've suggested is so nonsensical that I have to wonder what's the joke of it. I then have to turn on my mask and go, how do I process the humor? There's supposed to be humor here, but I don't see it. How do I be polite about this? How do I do the society correct thing? Which is impossible to do over text. A farming night, do a disregard day aspect parts of the farm and vice versa. That sounds absolutely insane, Luna. Which, hey, Luna, lunatic, sure, you know what, that fits. What the hell? Like, who's doing a farm Equinox with Equinox day mode only gets to keep day mode blueprints challenge? That is, I mean, the first time I've ever heard something like that, for starters. That is insanity. I'm fine with Luna, we are far enough apart. Do not try and lump us together here on that. No. Alright, who's on the list today? Everyone. Off stream, I've done the recording for Citrine, Kaleva, Dagath, Corvex, Dante, Jade, Komi. We've done so far Sightline Temple and Araxia. Next up is Noko. Same planet, close enough. As someone with a degree in understanding the planet, there's a bit of a distance. So yeah. Okay, Noko... I mean, there's an easy way to do Noko with this. Noko, Arbacep. There we are. That's how we do that. Let's unequip that. We don't want that equipped. This will do fine. Excuse me. That'll do fine. Good. Yes, as mentioned at the start of stream, the idea here isn't to complete each and every single farm in a single stream because, fun fact, that's not fucking possible. The idea is to gather footage for the upcoming video on farming every single frame in the game. And how long that actually takes. Fun fact, it's not short. Will I also do this with primes? Primes, no. Primes are one single process entirely. You gather the relics, one way or the other. You run void fissures, one way or the other. I've actually already done what's the longest prime farm out there, because that's never going to change. D have learnt their lesson through and through, and so the absolute worst of the worst will remain the worst of the worst forever. And for those uninitiated, that is Vauban Prime.
Sometimes. Okay.
Sometimes Noko, yes. Sometimes Noko, wrong button. Bounties. Alright then, does it really matter which one I pick for what I'm doing here? I don't think it does, so let's go weed the garden. That sounds fun.
Yeah, roots and fruits miss Noko. You see, it's hard to live and grow.
Yo, Myla, thank you very much for the raid on in here. Welcome all. Welcome all, hope you're doing well today. Recording is started, that's good. Hope you have yourself a wonderful stream, and I'm going to presume it was Warframe. If it was not, you can kindly let me know otherwise. I did not switch my companion here, so this is not ideal setup, but we'll make this work.
It's time you gave unto the void once more.
There we go. Okay, and now Archon.
There he is.
Is it because all 4 form and prime parts are gold? That's part of it. Only part of it. There's also the materials required.
This task's important. Nev's poison water is making the Sprodlings sick. Need you to find them and get them jumping again.
Grab mushroom.
Joe's a real nasty little fella to eat, mate. Luckily, a muck bonnet's toxin wears out quick.
Let's get this thing up on its feet. There we go. Yeah, those are my mushrooms I'm spotting there. That's fine. Where's the next thing to revive? Where are these little blighters? There it is. Do I not have Narcos 3 subsumed? On this particular build, I do not. As for the reasons why, check out the Narco build guide. Aha! There it is. Got it!
You're quicker than you look, mate. Sproodlings would hate to play you in hide and seek. That's for sure.
Let's just jump on this for a moment. Vibrant Boys, I love your YouTube video. Sorry, YouTube comment. It's always great videos. I'm having a hard time finding videos focused on companions. Do you plan on making one someday? So I have covered individual companions here or there, or individual companion effects. In terms of covering companions, it is more a case of when something becomes relevant enough or powerful enough to be worth covering. So I have covered various elements of it, and to have an easier time finding some of those elements, you can indeed check out my catalogue rather than going through YouTube search. It's exclamation mark catalogue for that.
But if you rescue them first, they won't have a chance.
Wasn't there a specific video about Sentinels and Kavats like a year ago? There were some videos out. There have been some significant changes since some of those videos, which is part of the issue as well of covering companions. And D spent a long time saying they were ready to fiddle with companions, and then they did do some fiddling, and then they did some more fiddling, saying there was more fiddling coming. It was all kind of a mess, I'll be quite honest. Come on, get us up there. Okay, I don't remember the way in on that one. Nope, don't remember, not gonna find out. I will grab that mushroom, however.
Call that a no. As in, I won't go near the things. Good luck.
Yeah, glad you had a good stream there, Myla.
Bouncing around.
As you can see, we are...
Kidnapped by an army of morally corrupt mercenaries.
Just going to explode myself. We're in the process of farming up, or doing bits of the farms of every single Warframe, using that Warframe itself. So this is all in aid of getting the footage together for the next installment of my most popular videos ever.
That a few syzygy are about to fruit nearby. Find them. Then stay close while keeping the mercs away.
Okay.
More about to bloom. Don't let the taxman pluck them first.
There we go. Let's pop down some of these.
More fungi ready for you. Get that energy before the mercs do.
Alright, so that should keep them a little bit distracted. Allow me to cap this. Because I do need to hold the spot.
One down.
Take them out so they can't take this one.
Another cluster of syzygy blooming. You know what to do.
Yeah. Got it, alright.
For them.
And then we just need to get this one. Okay, easy peasy. Alright, fair do, Myla. You have a good look.
Fungi ready for you. Get that energy before the mercs do.
Hello there, Jimmy. Glad you enjoy the videos. Welcome into stream. Hope you enjoy your stay here just as much.
You're a forager through and through. They never stood a chance.
That's not a weird wish on, no. You want the signature weapon to be available constantly to the frame whose signature it is. That makes sense.
Pretending to be part of the circle, but it's nothing but nuts and bolts. Stomp that faker. You know what'll make it poke its ugly head out? A bunch of dead corpus.
There we go, got the necessary kills.
Always so pretty.
Bring out the big thing,
Take it out.
and slap it down.
Arachnophobia for you. You got right in there. Good job. Like I always say, the deep mines is a garden. And like any garden, You gotta pull the weeds. And by weeds, I mean corpus.
Okay, which corpus we pulling? Didn't mean it like that. Let's go eliminate some corpus.
Mercs are causing havoc left
Defeat
and right.
them within time limit.
Could
Got it.
probably weed out some of them muckers. Mercs ain't looking too hot. Double up your body count, and you'll be done.
I nearly finished it in the time it took him to say that.
You cleared them out right quick. Mercs will think twice before they come round these parts again. You hear that?
Splendid. Alright, so now we just need to extract when he's finished talking.
None rest too easy, eh?
Warframe dating game when? I thought they already added that. Oh look, an echo piece. Huh. Well, that was lucky.
Who is this? Nightcap. He's not on any work lists or
Ta-da!
ledgers. Find him and end him.
And... got everything I need to see on there. No, do a little scroll down to the Noko piece. Sorted by importance. Noko at the bottom. Make it make sense. You could argue it's sorted by reverse importance, but we've got uncommon mods above common, so... yeah. Mushrooms are surrounding polymer bundles. Something is up with the importance search, or importance filter, and I do not understand it. But at the very least, that is another lovely mission complete. Just mark that down. That is all saved. Excuse me. No hiccups. And we're good. Alright then. So that is... I've got all the basic recordings, at least for just generic background footage of each of the newer frames that have been added since the previous video. So now it is a case of filling in the gaps of all the others, because we don't want to try and reuse the old stuff. No, 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 no. We want to do better. We want to bring in good and new quality to it, especially with the shiny, shiny graphics we got these days. Was that always puffing green smoke? I don't remember my railjack constantly puffing green smoke everywhere. The cyan wispy voidness? Yeah, I put that on there. But the green smoke? I'm going to take from the jokes that y'all don't see this every day neither. Well, that's a problem. I knew the railjack was there, obviously. It's been a while. Yeah, something's going on up there. I'm going to pop down to the dry dock and check in on that. What is going on? Railjack's looking very Amsterdam. Whatever could you mean by that? Alright, dry dock. Okay, so here it's looking correct. We got the wispiness, but none of the smoke. Yeah, definitely no smoker. That's good. Okay, so... back to the orbiter? I almost don't want to look, because if the smoke is still there, I'm gonna be more than a little bit concerned. Eh? Why? Wait. How many of you are online right now who can check your own railjacks? Are they doing the same thing? Because I don't remember seeing this at all. as they were enter Railjack from Orbiter? Good question. Let's just pop into a little bit of a free flight. Plague Pater has red smoke. Mirrorlade, no smoke. No smoke for Wannabe Hero, no smoke for Luna. I pop outside of the ship.
Hello, disembarking.
Smoke. Definitely smoke. Unmistakably so. It looks a little bit different. It's not as vibrantly green, but it is definitely there. Also, mushroom doing mushroom things, yep. It's gotta be one of the energy colors or something then, yeah. Question is, what's causing it? I don't remember seeing that. Let's head back to Dry Dock. Do I have the Tempestari skin on? I have the Warbly thing, but I just don't recall seeing smoke on it. Is this a noob-friendly stream? Noob-friendly in that we'll take noob questions, so long as they are reasonably fairly asked, yeah. Noob-friendly as in there'll be absolutely zero spoilers whatsoever and you'll never see anything that could give away anything. Oh, God, no. There is no way of hiding every single quote-unquote spoiler throughout Warframe, so there may be things which, if you question too hard, will reveal things. It's up to you how much you question. Or what you question. Okay, so, Railjack. Customization. Nothing on here is that green. Your friend started playing a week ago, you're addicted? Hey, welcome into the community. I'm currently being absolutely confused by... Is it changing colour? Wally! Stop messing with reality! Congratulations, it's a boy. I'm just gonna continue on with what we're doing, yeah. Yeah, let's what even, Warframe? What even? Okay, so next on the list of things I need to do some recording for is Ash, which incidentally enough means we need to head on back out to Railjack. Okay. Zom saying they've got the smoke in Dried Up but not in the Orbiter. Everything is broken. I give up. For those of you new to Warframe, we don't call it Bug Frame for nothing. We love the game, but by God does it leave us wondering how the hell it even works sometimes. But it's fine. Also, if you are new to Warframe, make sure you do check out my YouTube channel as well, so that you can grab all of the latest guides. Or if you'd rather not go through YouTube to find the guides, you can just do !catalogue and search through the catalogue listings there. When it comes to the Warframe guides themselves, I put the year on all of the Warframe guides as well, to help you find then basically the ones which are up to date and the ones which are perhaps a little bit more out of date. Things are always added to this game, and so things do change. Right, Ash. Time for you to do Ash things. Which means also equip the Inno Dam, and let's make sure it's set to the right one. Blade Storm. Do I even need it? A Blade Storm Inno Dam anymore, actually? I don't. No, that changed. Yeah, it's all on the shadow clones now, which is appropriately set up. Perfect. Alright then. Is there a command for the site? Or the catalogue? Yeah, exclamation mark catalogue always. It also responds to if someone spells catalogue in a common misspelling, just because it's easier than correcting people every time. So, for those who forget the catalogue is spelled with a U and an E, I got you covered. But then also learn spell. Right, Ash. All this setup should be absolutely fine for everything we needed to do, so let's go do the do. Yeah, it turns out if you just spell things completely wrong, I can't help you. Penguin Facts say your accent makes everything you sound sound so smart. Might be something more to do with, you know, it's not dumb shit. No, I can't sell that one. It is probably accent, you're right. But yeah. We're just finding every way to get it wrong now, aren't we? What am I drinking? Oh, only the finest black tea with a dash of milk. Oh yes. Alright, so, Railjack. And for Ash... I've forgotten. Where did they move the different Ash parts to? Where? So, Neptune, Pluto, Venus, Proxima. Okay, right. So just not Vale. Got it. Let's do Venus. Keep it on the nice low end. Let's go for a Venus... let's go Venus Volatile. Simply because Volatile just doesn't exist elsewhere, aside from kind of in Alchemy, but it's not the same. There we go. So we're going to do that. Recording beginneth, and let's go. Spin, 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 spin to make the fast go fast. Alright, let's load. What have we got? Approach the station, security nodes and a cruise ship. Nice, that's a fast one. I like it when they give us a fast one to do. Alright, flap that, there we go. Duck underneath. Flap that, there we go. Head over to cruise ship. Cruise ship is weakened.
Ken. Smile.
Hello, Radica. Thank you very much for dropping your prime here once again, up onto 21 months now. Really do appreciate that. Cheers. And I hope you're doing well. Cruise ship is blapped. There are some corpus credentials I could go steal.
Stealing them would simplify the reactor plan.
It would simplify it, would it? Okay, well, let's go get something simpler.
Large translation signature. Cruise ship.
Is this the thing I wanted, or is this... Oh, wait, no, this is a bonus objective. Alright, bonus objective it is, then.
Proceed to the primary objective.
Nope, bonus first.
Gunnery cruise. Launch torpedoes.
In we go.
On scope.
Invis active.
We do not know.
Energy is basically gone. Oh, dear. That's not good, because my invis is going to run out in a few seconds. Energy, no. Well, I'm visible. Aha! Energy. Alright, let's go. Blast our way through all of this lot. Free up the invis. It is weird how they've managed to successfully blend Corpus and Orokin in this tile set. Just to have us sprint through it. There's no other reason to be here than to just sprint through as fast as possible. Okay. So that is the side objective. I want the bonus that's over here. Aha, its credentials aboard that. Hello, red cruise ship.
Tenno has exited the railjack.
Oops. Just donk my head on the side of an enemy spaceship, as one do. Smokescreen is a very brief invisibility. That's just part of Ash's design, but yeah, it is brief and weak. I'm here for the credentials. Why am I doing whatever I'm doing here? Hi, you there. Do you have something for me? Yes, you do.
Grab those credentials. Excellent. Return to mission.
And teleporting out.
Arming torpedoes. Locking on to their signature.
Okay. Now we enter the stanchion. I'm hoping it's pronounced like that. Ah, let's go pop inside and say hello to the occupants. I'm sure they are rolling out the welcome mat.
Adjust the reactor signature. Render it vulnerable to our weapons. Go.
Alright, let's go find the reactor.
Codes you obtained will grant unimpeded access. Corpus engineers will not immediately detect intrusion.
Splendid. Engineers will be bad at their job because I've got credentials that say I'm supposed to be here. That does make it a little bit easier, doesn't it?
Reactor heating up. Keep heat levels within specified parameters.
Now if he finishes just going to go out here or there, stab a few guys who didn't see it coming.
The intruders and kill them.
Come on, come on. If you want to encourage your troops, you have to put in a little bit more oomph. We learnt this from 1999.
Open to cool
Shoot them until they stay dead. That's how you tell them what to do. Alright, we're still making decent progress. I don't need to shut it down. Let's give it a little bit of shoot.
reactor venting. Heat discharged.
Ah yes, we are venting the reactor by just obliterating the pipes. What you doing? Currently farming the... well, not farming. Running the volatile mission, whereupon you can get one of the ash parts. This is all to gather up basically recorded footage so that I can utilize it in an upcoming video. I'm going to need hours upon hours upon hours of footage to filter through for the next video. And so that's why I am here actively doing it. I did not miss that twice. You saw nothing.
Corpus engineers inbound.
Aha, the engineers have finally figured out what's going on. Unfortunately, what's going on is a Warframe. There's not really a lot they can do at that point. There's a very narrow band of precision now. We've got to keep on top of it much more carefully than normal. Slightly undercooked it for a moment there, but that's fine.
Corpus engineers inbound.
Video worst frames to farm in the game. All frames. Not worst, all.
Vent destroyed.
What is the longest
Dropping.
frame to farm in all of Warframe? Or rather, how long does it take to farm every single Warframe?
Corpus jammers are overriding railjack recall.
I can't.
Return
Yep.
via Arcwing.
Can't recall. At least they give a reason for why we can't recall, but still it's a bit on the nose that this is clearly a ground mission. Peace! Turn to ship. We are inside of ship.
Complete. Capital ship decapitated.
Destroy weak point.
Reactor identified. Pilot, align railjack with target vector. Gunners, ready. Forward artillery.
Forward artillery is lined up. I mean, I couldn't make it easier for myself, could I? Pop! Yeah, that'll do it. And sure, yeah, it's reduced to whatever that was. Oh, not your finest work, DE. Not your finest. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Alright then. That concludes that. We go back to dry dock, activate that, wait for the mission, end pop-up to show properly, and then we'll be good. Ta-da! That's all I need. Okay, cool. Great to say, I feel like it would be funny to include at the end of the video a stat that says it would take this many hours to farm every Warframe if you do so consecutively without stopping. If I recall, in the first one of these I did back in 2021, I ended the video with a list of frames that you could farm consecutively in a shorter amount of time that it would take to farm Ash. Thankfully, that news did eventually filter through to DE, who went, yeah, you know what? This is stupid, isn't it? And made Ash's farm substantially better. They basically implemented the suggestions I had, plus a little bit more. So I then followed it up with, on the 2023 one, when it came to Styanax, I said, for a advanced player, they could probably farm every single other Warframe in the entire game in less time than they'd have to wait to get Styanax. And that's possibly still true if you really go at it. But there are some nasty farms these days. There are some nasty ones. What was the old farm? So the older farm for Ash, if I recall correctly, there wasn't the option to get it from Exterminate or Volatile, like we just did the Volatile mission there. It was only from the Endless Railjack missions. And it was on rotation C to get a shot at the parts. Rotation bloody C to get the parts. I ask you. But in the end, they went, yeah, no, that's stupid. To move things over to rotation A, plus put it on some of the non-endless ones as well, to massively improve on things. What was the Ash farm before Railjack? Previously, it was farmed from, I believe, Manic drops, which means that whilst you were farming Harrow, there was a good chance that you would get Ash along the way, because Manics would spawn during the defection missions where you could farm Harrow at the time. And at that time, that was the only place you could get an important Harrow piece from. The additions to the Kuva Fortress, in terms of Kuva Survival, I think they were added to, those were added well later. So it used to be you got Ash along the way to getting Harrow, just as happenstance. Then Ash got put into Turbo Terrible Railjack, and then brought down into Acceptable Railjack. But only acceptable. Whereas, yeah, Styanax, you still need to spend a few weeks ranking up Karl's Garrison, nothing you could do to expedite that. So, in terms of time gating, Styanax is a hard lock, and DE have done nothing to change that. DE have done nothing to change that. If I recall, Styanax is one of the cheapest frames to purchase. If you want to purchase it with Platinum, partly because of that very reason. They also gave away Styanax for free for quite a while on Styanax's release, because, again, the farm was unreasonable. One has to wonder why they made it the way they made it, given that we know just how bad it is. Yeah, 175 plat. It's not the cheapest. There are cheaper frames still. If I have a look at, for example, Mag is only 75 platinum. But Styanax 175 is still a far cry from, say, Citrine 325. Or, let's see, how much is Temple? 370. They are. As I'm saying, you're not stopped by stock since you can farm it infinitely due to stock pickups. You can, but it's a still terrible rate of it. But you're right, you can get that now. But you'll get the stock you need to get Stylax in the process of getting to unlocking the ability to even purchase Stylax. So in terms of farming it for non-platinum process, it is still just time-gated. Yeah. It is what it is on that. Stream was rough, yeah. Yeah, I think I eventually completed doing the citrine farm for the farm's sake, but not before buying a citrine to feed to the Hellman. That's how bad it was. And to be honest, redoing the recording for that earlier today has not changed my opinion on it. It is a slog. 25 minutes to a rotation C, nothing you can do to speed that up. Your actions leading to a relatively important increase in resources, but those resources are for a shop that is, frankly, a bit unforgiving. It's... So yeah. Ladybug saying they really enjoyed farming citrine, but then have not touched mirror defense since. Sure. It is what it is on that, unfortunately. It is what it is. Alright, next up, Atlas. A lot of these will be semi-alphabetical for a moment, just because how I've had them previously recorded. Atlas, it is your time to shine, my guy. Let's go punch something. What have I got equipped to my thing here? Mandel, nah. We want something with a little bit more punch to it. Corvus. That'll do nicely. Alright then. And am I equipped with a Misha? I am. And with that Corvus, is that modded? Oh, radiation? Honestly, it shouldn't matter, but let's check. Yeah, they don't have turbo strength against radiation these days, so that's fine. How about Nux? No, arc melee. Come on now, Shezbot. I don't hate myself that much. Urissa! Jodas Golem. Begin the recording and launch us in.
The column's stirring. It knows you are here. I can feel it wake. Find it.
Yep, so 500 meters of running forwards.
I really thought you would have more. Have you been using them?
The 500 meters gives time for the audio to play, but still, it's 500 meters of running forwards.
Just like all the others, you won't kill the golem. I don't want you to.
Jonas, calm yourself.
The voice actor did nail the kind of crazy of Jordis.
Multiple targets ahead.
Gotta admire that work.
What you're doing. You came for the parts, just like the others. Greedy scavengers. You do not care about Jordis.
Hello, you! Unfortunately, the game has changed since you added it. Let him go burr. And that wasn't even spec to kill it quickly. That's just standard let him go burr.
The golem. He's coming. Get into position. The golem is here. I am sorry.
Sorry, I never realized that combo of lines before now. We're gonna pay no more attention to that. You can auto skip this. I'm not doing auto skips throughout this today. Normally I would, but not today.
Please be dead.
Basically, any of this footage can be of use to me for the video's sake, so I'm letting it happen.
You have no idea what I am. Join us, and you will.
And then we get to the fight itself, where we just kind of... Bye!
I used to be such a nice Sephiroth.
Recharge.
I regret to inform you, this is just the beginning.
Ah yes, just the beginning, he says. Didn't even use an ability.
Prepare for Arcring, so you can obliterate this thing.
Kill.
You've located the VIP. Time to go to work.
It is out now. I can't control it. I don't want to.
Where is Extraction Plus? Xtix, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs out to the community here. Much appreciated. That's gone out to Salvatore Drosserta, to Nabgib, to Vulpecula or Vulpecilla, to Orin Reverie, and to Laughing Luna. Xtix, much appreciated on that. Thank you very much. And those of you who did get us up there, make sure you say thank you as well for that generosity. Oh. Cheers indeed. Alright, mission complete. You definitely want to use a Nightwave Skip for this. You definitely want to use Nightwave Skip on that one. There we are. It used to be that that was a bit of a stepping stone test of, hey, your unmodded or shittily modded Imperator is no good, please mod it fully or get a different art gun and put some corrosive on it. And when you did that, the fight would go from absolute turbo slog to, oh wow, I blinked and it died. And now is no different. You just slap on a bunch of damage and it dies. But you no longer have the type weakness of corrosive just tearing into it. Nightwave Skip? So Nightwave Skip is where when there's a long amount of dialogue going on, you open up the menu and you open up Nightwave, and so long as you don't have rewards to claim, which wastes some time, Nora pops up and says something. And by getting her to say something, she cuts off whatever other dialogue was being said, skipping that dialogue entirely. So if you've got a long spiel, say in a bounty or whatnot, Konzu's been investigating the Grineer on the plains. The Grineer have it too easy. We need you to go out there and show them. Oh, for fuck's sake, get to the point. So yeah, you just open up Nightwave, immediately close it, and Nora says something short, usually like, damn right. And then you just move on. The mission continues because all of the waiting for all of the chatter stops. It's got nothing more to worry about. You can also use this sometimes if a series of voice lines are getting in the way of you utilizing an ability. Because if you want to use the air support, I don't know why I feel it necessary to point out what air support is, but yeah, if you were wanting to use the air support charges, air support doesn't deploy until Ordis gets to say the line that he's deploying it. Real Ed, thank you very much for dropping your tier 1 sub here once again at 50 whole months. My oh my, that is a lot of months right there. Big fat 50. Thank you very much for continued support, Real Ed. I hope you're doing well. Cheers indeed. But yeah, air support will not deploy until Ordis gets to say the voice line. If Ordis is queued behind a number of other voice lines, and you're waiting on an important air support, like Auric and I, you just get nowhere. So again, the Nightwave Skip can be useful in just cutting it all off, and then you just move on again. Simple as that. And yeah, it needs to be a host thing. Absolutely right, Luna. Yeah, clients can't skip host voice lines. Only the host can. And so if the host isn't doing the Nightwave Skip, you'll shut up the lines, but then you'll just be sat there twiddling your thumbs, waiting for the host to finish watching the cutscene, basically. Another one of those host-client moments that really just add to the charm of Warframe. Oh yes. Yeah, some say George is one of the first bits of advice they asked on the channel here. This channel's been around a bit now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's been around a bit. Alright, Jordis recorded for that. Banshee, we don't need a specific record for. Baruch. Baruch doesn't really have a particular farm, if I recall. You purchased a bit. So, would I just do some toroids with Baruch? Mayhaps. Mayhaps. Looks like we got a few seconds left on the potential of a treasure train. I forget what a treasure train is, but if someone hits sub right now, we'd find out. All the same, let's pop on through here. Over this way. I know I could fast travel, I just didn't. Alright then, LD.
A lot of your kind since a certain incident.
She's got a lot of options to pick from.
Any of this useful?
Don't think we made it. Nah, we didn't make it in the end. The treasure is gone. Never mind. Now there's a new timer. It's only got a couple minutes on it, but there's a new timer. One sub time's out, another one added to the listing. We are once again teased with it a couple minutes away. CalJ9, thank you very much for gifting a sub out to the community there. That's gone out to Triple Barrel Shaboing Boing. Triple Barrel Shaboing Boing. Okay. That is not the username of names I expected to read today. That's a good bip of a name right there. Anywho, right. Baruch. So, Baruch's entire setup can just be purchased here. In terms of materials, it needs toroids and it needs other materials, I think, entirely from here. As in the Orb-Valis? Radiant Zodian. Fairly certain it's Orb-Valis, but I'm just going to double check. Yeah, it's Orb-Valis. Alright, cool. That's fine. So yeah, it is just get rankeds standing, buy bits, and then build bits. Unless you wanted to get the blueprints from the circuit instead, which is a completely valid choice as well. It is, yeah, absolutely. Thank you, LD. So with that in mind then, let's just go fuck up someplace for a bit as Baruch until I spontaneously acquire some, what do you call them? Toroids. Seems like a simple way to do it to me. I've never really been a big fan of Baruch, I'll be quite honest. His playstyle has just never connected for me. I've built him, I've used him multiple times over, and I just have never cared. Now, could do one of the spiders to the same effect? You can, but you need specific toroids for the actual construction, so that's why we get generic toroids rather than just pure standing toroids. Plus, we'll have Hildren for a spider fight. Is there a difference between Operator and Drifter? Yes. The answer to that question further requires you to really understand the question you're asking, and I would recommend thinking more about the quest lines that you've experienced so far, if you've experienced them so far, to really nail that down. If you're asking about mechanically, also yes, again, think about quest lines, think about who appears where. Is all I'll really say on that. Alright then, so let's pop into the Valis and just go shoot some area. Which weapons I got? Burst of later minute up? That will do fine. Okay. Begin record. Let's see. I'm gonna go for Templar Prophet. I think that's a good area. There we go. I would like to annoy the residents of this area, please. I forgot I had black energy on Baruch. Looks a little bit less dramatic when we're just kind of punching empty air. Oh, I wasn't supposed to blow that up. Nope, ran out of that. One of my biggest bugbears with Baruch, the restraint mechanic. People complain about the cooldowns on Lavos. That is nothing to restraint on Baruch in the majority of missions, quite frankly. Slam. Actually, slightly surprised that slam didn't kill. No, bollocks, he was putting up a tower. Well, I actually broke 2 of the towers, and so now there's no enemies. Yay! There's something around there. Is that on the other side of the wall? Hello? Hello! Get smacked. You got a friend? You have got a friend! Get burnt. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go inside, aren't I? Dang it, this area is just more scenic. I think I accidentally double tapped the lift. Didn't know that was an option. Okay, so bring up that. And we activate our doom, which is how it sounds to me. Big old doom. With abilities, or rather movesets like boom and boom. Reactant running, not reactant, restraint rapidly building up to too much. We need to be unrestrained, damn it. Oh, what I would give for a augment that said you don't need to get rid of restraint, but if you run out, then energy cost goes up a bunch. Can the enemies please attack me? I'm not exactly being subtle here. Ah. Bro. Man, that guy just got insta-sniped. You just know he's in the respawn calling hacks. This is a window. I cannot get through this window, and my punch through can't either. And yet these guys are still attempting to shoot me as well. Wait, I got hit. Why can't we get through this? Nope. Just not an option. Okay. Ugh. Spawn more! Okay, we're up to 2 stars now. Sorry, 2 chevrons, 2 marks. Wow. Dude just flies through me. We're building up a 3rd mark. Still haven't seen a toroid. I'm just letting my companion have some fun for a bit. I will wander through these dreaded holes. Listen out to spiders' calls. Try to get that precious loot before I give this run the boot. Come on. Alright. Enough restraining myself. Gib. I don't think I've seen a single toroid yet, have I? Watch out before the spider show up shotguns on sticks. Thankfully this isn't Spider Heck. And there are no redeemers here. So either way, we're good. Got to be careful not to punch in the general direction of the beacon, because I will blow it up instantly, and that would be bad. Man, they're really taking this 3.5 chevron threat seriously, aren't they? Alright, I think we can safely say they're all dead. Oh, we've hit 4 chevrons. We have hit 4 big old corpus icons of doom. Which surely means nothing but power overwhelming should arrive now. I think a single enemy spawned in with that beam. Just gonna stretch for a moment, you know. Just just do a little better. Look after oneself. Whilst we wait. Oh, there we go. There we go. All I needed to do was completely stop playing the game and I get my toroids. All right then. I'm sure that'll make for a very, very good clip. Let's get the hell out of here. Where's out? Shoot. This way? No. Okay. Those of you who are regulars here know that my sense of direction is absolutely abysmal. All of that went to one of my brothers. I got none of it. So, maybe it's this way? How the... Okay, we'll try this way. This doesn't feel... Okay. Okay. I have a brother? I have 2 brothers. No, that's the window we can't go through. That's back where we... With the lift? Ah yes, there was a lift somewhere. An elevator, if you will. Here we go. Okay. Whew. We are free. Free and able to teleport now. They are. One of those on stream a while back, really funny Minecraft stream. Oh god, that must have been a while back, because I think I know the one you're on about. That was where it was Roblums and I did a beat Minecraft but every drop is randomized one. It must have been that. There we are. But yeah, that was a long time ago. That's got to be a couple years now. So, chair is slightly out of position. And then if we go back much further still, we get back to the COVID times, and they were joining me regularly for Among Us, and my camera was nowhere near as good back then. There you are.
Get back
So like asking, how long am I streaming? I'll leave work. We'll know if you'll be there later. I usually stream for about 3 hours at a time every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Exclamation mark schedule for the deets on that there. But also there's VODs of pretty much every stream. Not all of them. Sometimes they break, but pretty much every stream over on my replays channels. Exclamation mark replays if you want to catch any of those VODs as they go up on there. I have to remember to upload them from time to time, but otherwise they're there. But yes. Okay, alright. So that has given us a pretty shoddy, but still, that's just how it is, recording when it comes to farming the toroids. So, recorded toroid. Chroma. Chroma doesn't really get a recording, because Chroma is mostly quest-based and then just get the other bit, so I'm going to skip over that. Ember! Alright, that's a nice fun one to do, isn't it? That is a fun one to do. Oh, and we need the lights to change because Petra requested it. Boop. There you go. No, what have you started, Petra? What have you started? Alright, Ladybug, we'll catch you in the next one. See you around. So, newbie here, I suppose. I mean, you got yourself a 3-month sub badge, and you've been following for almost 3 months. That's a good record. You know I'll be happy with that. Let's see. Do I have a followage? How long have I been following myself? I'm not following myself. Oh no! How rude. It's weird, because I've got this 62-month sub badge and everything. Never followed. Go figure. Oh dear. Alright then. So, Ember time. And of course, Ember means we bring back a fire gun. It has to be Ignis. Yeah. Do I have a watch time? Oh, that's a fair point. Do I have a watch time? Also, Race Gang on Warframe. Thank you very much for dropping your sub over here on tier 1, no less. Welcome into the channel proper and enjoy that lovely blue sub badge and all the other bits and pieces that come along with that in one go. Cheers. Okay, let's see. What is my watch time, supposedly? Bear in mind, this won't be the total time I've been live because the bot will miss a lot of it from me. Oh, God. 3 months. 3 days, 14 hours. Ugh. Oh boy. Oh boy. That is a lot. Which also means if anyone has remotely close to that level of watch time, thanks for being dedicated, I guess. Let me know if you'd like a referral to a therapist. But yeah. Let's go bully Sargasurk. We're not going to do the invasion, we don't need that. Alrighty then.
Target is nearby. Seek and destroy.
Do I activate abilities? I don't need abilities here. We're just gonna run through, grab some Orokin cells basically for free.
General Sargus Ruck has become a problem.
We're just that good.
Recovery efforts. Several of our dig sites in this sector have been attacked and annexed by Ruck.
Dig sites on Saturn.
Take Ruck out. Ruck sees flesh.
Dig sites on Saturn. Sure, Lotus, this sounds bogus. We're just here to murder someone you got upset at. Which, you know, I'm fine. We get paid.
You've located the VIP. Time to go to work.
Come on. Let's cook you. God, this is such a terribly designed boss fight. This is such a terrible design. There we are. At least I could get him down in 3 stages. Ta-da!
They won't be bothering us anymore.
Hello, Yatta. Hope you're doing well. 1 minute 37 for the Ember Prime system. Oh, sorry, just Ember Systems. Imagine if it's Ember Prime. Just Ember Systems. But yeah. Sargus Rook used to be worse as it wasn't telegraphed. That would make sense, yeah. That would make sense. But even still, it's a yikage. Yeah, that's right. I think you might have... I missed your sub? I am so sorry. I did miss your sub in all of that. I am so sorry. On that note there, Yatta, thank you very much for dropping your sub here. Much appreciated. Up onto 53 months. I did think it was a little odd you'd pop in and not drop that at the same time, because, well, I mean, not to be too on the nose about it, we do see the followage to watch time ratio. We know how you operate. You're just here to support the channel, and I really appreciate that. Thank you once again, Yatta. Cheers indeed on that. Mostly just saying, prefer to fight Sargus Rook than Lech Krill. Oh yeah, Lech Krill is worse. Yes. Lech Krill is definitely worse. I mean, for starters, we can kill Sargus Rook in 3 attacks rather than 5. Yeah. True, yeah, so it does... Well, it proves you weren't signed in to stream watching Among Us, but, you know, the variety of calls you made at times, I have no suspicion whatsoever of you stream watching. Absolutely. There are some of those moments that are just too honest to be anything else. That said, it was you and I who pulled off the amazing imposter duo run we had at one point. I still remember it pretty clearly when you and I just camped the ever-loving hell out of Specimen. No one, not anyone in the lobby, was prepared for that level of coordinated murder. No tricks needed, no special powers. We just took them out. 2 by 2. Hurrah, hurrah. Twas good. And then Rob got a little bit too good at reading every single one of my tells and ruined it. I could basically just say, what? And he would know what team I'm on, what I just did, what I had for breakfast that morning. Don't try to win in Among Us against a literal doctor of philosophy. It doesn't work. It just doesn't. Right, we got the Ember recording. It's a very, very short recording, but then it's a very, very short mission. So, just dunzo. Next up, Equinox. Oh, yeah. Philosophy or psychology? Well, it's a doctor of philosophy. Much like you can get a Bachelor of the Arts, which isn't specifically a art degree. So it's a doctor of philosophy, but then he's got his particular topic on which he made his thesis, which I won't go into too much detail over because, of course, doxing is a thing. But yes. Petra saying the trick is always lies, they never know what the truth is. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Yatta can attest to this. When it comes to Robloms is on another level. I've seen his notebook. He showed me the notebook he made of all of the notes on everyone who was joining in on those Among Us lobbies back in the day. He was meticulously writing down these details as to how each person acted when they were crew, when they were neutral, when they were hostile, within certain roles, how they use certain sabotages, their tells in the mission, sorry, in the meetings. Did he ever figure you out, Yatta? He had notes on you as well. He had notes on everyone. Even someone who joined us just for a single session, he had notes. And Petra. He is Dr. Roblums in the field of psychology. Is it any surprise this dude was taking notes on his friends in Among Us? There's no beating him. Did you ever join? No, you did not. No, I'm fairly certain, in fact, Queen, you weren't in the community at that time. Let's have a look here. You were following since February 2022. I think things had wrapped up on the Among Us side by then, yeah. I think so. We didn't have many viewers join us at that time. It was very whitelisted. Very, very whitelisted. But yeah. Because if you could beat someone like that, the way to beat my brother is not to beat him at the tells and the psychology, it's to beat him at the gameplay. I'm the gamer, he's the what? How did that one fail? I'm the gamer, he's a psychologist, and apparently I'm not a wordsmith today. Point is, I could outplay him, even if he could never be out tricked. Yeah. Part of that was just shoot him first, you know. But that became itself a tell. If Rob died first, like, okay, well, Rob is really good at calling out Ken, so vote out Ken. It's like, this is a problem. This is a really big problem. And then if he and I became a team of imposters, well, then we had to deal with Yatta. It's a lovely circle of pain and misery. But yes. Alright then, it's Equinox time. My brother was a note-taking guy? One of my brothers, yes. Alright then, yeah, standard whatever build. It doesn't even matter. It's gonna be over so quick, it's a joke. Oh, that's fine, Yatta. No one could derail me but me. I'm the one who allows all derailings. A lot. You have yourself a good time. Catch you around.
Would you look at...
Alright, come on, Lucas. Sorry, I mean Tile Regger. Let's do this. Link our way forwards. 700 meters to the assassination. I guess we'll just run for a while. Did I activate the recording? I did not. Oops. There we are. I'm recording it separately from the stream, so we don't get the music in the background, we don't get my face on the screen, that kind of stuff. It's just pure gameplay. Which is just better. That is not what I wanted to do.
I'm very excited now.
Oh.
The anticipation. Ooh. I always learn so much from a live dissection.
Right. There it is. Ugh.
A dissection? No. That sounds too humane. Your death will be...
God, I fucking hate this. Style sucks? It does. Yeah, keeping my face on streams, you get to see me. Absolutely. And when it's streaming, you're here for the streamer. As well as the game, obviously. But you're also here for the streamer. If I'm streaming some other game, about 150 of you wouldn't be here. I get it. So maybe you are more here for the game than me, but you know. But on videos, I'm talking. Oh god, did my companion already knock him to this next stage? Wow. Yeah, on videos, as much as I'll be talking, you don't need me to be there. My face is doing nothing useful at that point. It is all about the mission or the object that I'm showcasing. You don't need moi. I think he just died to maim slash. That's useful. Get shot. You broke it.
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to run.
I always find it ironic that he says that whilst hiding. Nowhere left to hide. Man behind door.
Come near me, and I'll pound you into a tiny cube.
Come on, where are you? Got him. There we are. And... hop! Dink. He's done. There we are. As I was saying, I think it's cool you don't cover the in-game info. I find pretty frequently some streamers cover the in-game info, taking out some context from the game. Yeah. I have tinkered and messed around with the idea of having the stream like shrunk down a bit so I could have my camera off to one side and chat a bit. We did used to have stream chat on the stream for years, but in the end, due to things that were being broken with it at the time, I took the opportunity to try streaming without it and felt actually it was better overall for the stream health. But yeah, so I try to not be in the way of the content, but be around and part of the content, as it were. Because it's a combo thing. Okay, so that gives us a recording of Equinox, nice and easy. It's a very, very simple fight. You don't need to overcook it. And the time it takes, I mean, we had an annoying tile there. 3 minutes, 22 seconds. It's a very short run. Very, very short. Cat Center asking, is all this for a new installment of how long it takes to farm every frame? Yes. Because that video has reached 1 million views! Let's see, it was on 1,012,000 at the start of stream. How many is it on now? 1,019,000. I hope the new installment does a little bit more than 7 views in a few hours. Yeah, hopefully. Hello Smash, welcome on in. So that is the Equinox bit. Next up, Excalibur. Okie dokie. Let's grab ourselves Umbra. Actually, no. Let's grab us the normal Excalibur because look at that. That's almost too much. Actually, I dare say it is too much. So let's use it. I'm going to switch out from Inodem to... Do I have a good Skarner? Prisma Skarner? Yeah, I'll do nicely. Beautiful. Is it modded to go slashy slash? Fuck it. We're using it. Alright. So let's head on over to War. Recording begin.
Assassination contracts are not
Don't heavy land there. What was that?
significant impact on enemy forces. Search
Oy,
the area.
oy.
Leave no survivors. Krill is aware of your presence. Strike first.
Just a little bit of dash mobility. It's honestly not impressive, but yeah, it's not a lot to really focus on whilst we're here. Did not need to get stuck on that crate, but okay.
is
little bit further.
Strike first.
Alright, now this I do have a cheese for. And I am going to use the cheese. So we're going to give enough time to load in properly. Bonk.
To survive this battle, you must strike hard and fast. You've located the vehicle.
And now, cheese. So I should be able to just stand here now. Alright, that should be one pipe cut. That's two pipes cut. I'm just going to go for a little walk, just so we don't get timed out. Got over 400 heat procs on him and climbing, 500. It's no specific weapon, you basically just use a decent damaging Spectre to keep his attention, and you just have your companion shoot him in the back. And then this happens. That's it. He basically turns off his invulnerability and then just dies.
They won't be bothering us.
That's it.
Let's get out of here.
That's the entire cheese. Maximum effort. You can do it even easier with Wukong because of course Wukong just copies you. And then yeah. Bite for secret menu 3. Done 2, 3. That's that one. Sure, why not? Why not? Alright. So let's mark that one down as cheese. And now we're going to go fight the exact same boss again, but with a friend, because it's Frost time. Come on, Frosticles. What weapon do I bring with Frost? I mean, it has to be the Cyber. There we go, but I am going to just cheese it again anyway. I've got no reason not to cheese it. If you're Krill, you keep that invuln up. I mean, I would too, but there's this whole problem of someone snapping off the pipes on the back. He's just not prepared for. Although you might wonder, then, why is he even attacking the way he does? Where's the... There it is. Of course it is. It's got the icon. Maybe I'm wondering, why does he use the Frost Slam attack? But I guess maybe he just needs to maintain the thermoregulation? Is there a weapon that hits large areas without being explosive, by having a lot of multi-shot and spread, for example? You might consider something like the Arcoplasmor.
Your most dangerous assassination yet. Captain Vor has teamed up with Lek Krill to take you down. Let's show them your true Tenno power.
Oh yes, our true Tenno power. Oh.
Observe their attack patterns and look for an opportunity.
When you consider the nature of the writing these days, it does seem a little bit cringy that we started with true Tenno power.
Another dead Tenno.
The VIP that we're hunting is here. Find them and take them out.
Alright, here we are. This is the boss room. The big old fighteroni. And bop.
Target spotted. Stay sharp. This one is a handful.
Alright, here we go again. Just gonna stand on this side here. Oh no, you wanna join me over here? Okay, that's fine. I could probably just sit here. One down. We just gotta get away through this now. He's nearly vulnerable. Just a little bit more. There it is. And then... insta-dead. Disintegrates. It's redonkulously easy. I mean, obviously a new player's not going to have an NPC crew like that, and they actually have to run through the fight, which is poorly telegraphed to say the least, until you know exactly what you're looking at. But for anyone actually farming this, it's just easy to do. It is just that easy.
Target down. Assassination contract.
And there we go then.
Great work, Tenno.
And if you weren't using Frost, if you used a frame like Wukong, you could fly in, drop your clone goes blap, fly out. No resources, no rank ups, no nothing needed. And guess what? You can get Wukong from a clan dojo, so it's actually pretty easy to do. Wukong can very easily be a person's 3rd or 4th frame, no problem whatsoever. The first being their starter, second typically being Rhino. But yeah. Oh, I have an inbox message. Thumbnail. Alright. Let's have a Gandarinos here. Frost is done. I'll mark that as cheesed as well. Gara is next. Okay. When you get access to a dojo? As soon as you join a clan. And then you build the clan key. Very, very basic resources, but you have to wait for it to build or spend some blat on it. Yeah, very, very early. Okay, so, Gara Prime, do we need to make any other changes? That'll do. The only change I need to make. Looks pretty nifty altogether. I imagine that would make for a very nice, what do you call it? Cosplay prop. Because the actual blades on it, you could have that as just some translucent plastic. So it'd be very lightweight there. And then the rest of the item itself, the gold bits, that'll just be foam coated with shiny metallic paint. Nice and lightweight as well. So you could just keep all the balance in the stick. And with the way it's got these distinct segments to it, you could even make them collapsible like screw in together. So I imagine that would make for a very swanky looking, yet very portable, very lightweight prop, all told. That's cool as hell. Let's go use it. Why there's some comments on what do you call it? Cosplay? Honestly, no idea. It just came to mind. Yeah, it'd be very easy to assemble something like that. Comparatively speaking. I say very easy. Getting details is not easy, but comparatively rather easy. Okay, let's yeah, straight to Gonzu. Bounty. It's nighttime, but that's fine. And it doesn't really matter which one we pick, so I'm just going to pick the short one. So we don't need to be there that long. Begin mission record.
Bossman's been giving us no end of trouble. You're my go-to Tenno. Make him go away, yeah?
Yeah.
Kanzu is right.
I'm going to no way skip this one. Just because I definitely won't be using the intro. I know that for certain. I mean, that was clean. You have to admit that was clean. I see you've been keeping up on your Anatoly as well, Brother Oni. Fair do, fair do. The janitor with all the surprises. What is this drone doing? Also, I just realised my Foreman is currently set up with 112 ammo. Which is a lot more shots than it normally should have. Not going to complain. We're just not going to fight that Eidolon. Go away, please. Oh, doing this with Gara rather than Volt is agonizingly slow. Ah, but it is what it is. It is what it is. At least we got enough of these little idiots running around to break up the monotony of walking forwards very, very slowly. Got magnetic capacity? Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, yeah. Come on. Can't switch to operator for any of this because I don't want to have operator in use on such early segments. We're just going to keep on shooting our way through. Using primes and foremen and stuff like that. Subsume, not a problem. Operator, be a bit of a kind of a faux pas in the video to introduce that on something as early as Gara. Alright, where's the next stage?
The commander has requested a supply
there we
drop
go.
to quell unrest among his troops. Intercept the drop to keep them on edge.
Kill the enemies in the area. Alright then. That is the one thing that does not count. Hey! How we doing? Ooh. Thing. And then pop it into here. And now 1.5 minutes of defense. Thankfully only 1.5 these days. It did get reduced not that long ago. Used to be, I believe, 2.5 minutes. So we'll take that 40% reduction, absolutely. Get blapped, get blapped. My gun is well overpowered for this level. As one should expect, it's level goddamn 7. But it's still satisfying to have a gun that can do that at this tier. Oh, hey. Weird. I felt like I shot at that guy, but he's fine. Shit. Less than 30 seconds to go. Any more dropships? Those are the quicker ones to take out. Yeah, when you consider the contents of the vault, just a handful of resources, it's kind of wild just how many troops the Grineer threw at us there. Genuinely. Nah.
I've located the commander.
It is what it is.
On foot. Intercept and bring him in alive.
I was never going to get the bonus because my companion would absolutely shoot them. All of yeah, he just did right there. Just took out the whole squad. So no point even trying for it there. The only way to get the bonus like that if you've got a lethal companion is to switch to operator mode, because then you can slide in with just the operator and kill just the commander. It's the only way you can secure the bonus if you've got such a powerful companion on you, or even just a basic one on such low levels. Otherwise you need to defang your companion. But there we go. That covered. Weird lingering of that visual effect, but it's fine. Open up. Ta-da! And we got a garage chassis. There's a few times where we've actually picked up the piece today whilst doing the demo mission. It's rather useful. If we can include that in the video, all the better. So that is Garda Tier 1 bounty complete. Next up for Garuda. Garuda, if I recall correctly, is bounties down here, but let's just go verify that. Yeah, main blueprint from the quest itself. Curiously, it requires Kuva to build. Which is like, okay, where are they going to get the Kuva from?
Quick geology lesson. Thermal fractures are what you get.
Yes, indeed. So you do get Garuda chassis from that bounty there. Take some toroids, Zodian, Travesite. Yep. Toroid, Thist, Alloy, Polymer Bundle. Toroid, Amarast, Alloy. Was it the main blueprint then that needed it? Garuda. Yeah, main blueprint requires 3,500 Kuva, but you can get that from Nightwave, so it's far from the end of the world these days. In terms of drops here, I'm not seeing Kuva on those drops, no. At that point of progression, you'd say at that point of progression, the point of progression is literally having completed the Solaris United quest. You literally have just got to this planet. You haven't even made it over to Mercury yet. So you say at this stage of the game, but it's really not that far in. Now granted, to actually handle the tier 3 bounty, level 20 to 40 on the Orb Valis, that's a little bit more to ask of a new player. That will knock them for 6 right there. But if they've got someone bringing them through it, or if they just happen to scrape their way through and struggle into getting the piece, they're then met with a number of resource requirements. And it is not small. So they need to get hold of the Kuva, which again, Nightwave exists, but it's still a competition on resources there. But they also then need to get all of the materials. I'm just having a look at the wiki here if it makes it easy for me to reference. Oh, and true, you can get Garuda's bits from the circuit as well, but the circuit shortcuts a lot of things, at least in the blueprint department. Okay, let's see. Marquis, Thist, and a Radiant Zodian requires rank 4 and rank 3 respectively. So yeah, rank 4 is needed for the Thist there, and you need to get the toroids. So Garuda, you get access to a blueprint really early on. Like, really early on. Because it's from Voxelaris. But the actual frame itself is so much harder to complete. What do we know about Garuda lore-wise? We know she has less lore than Noko. Which is, after all this time. Yeah, Luna, yeah. That is a fair point. I think I've made this point myself before now, but you're absolutely right, and people were right back then too. Having Kuva in the build requirements on Garuda that is probably the second farmable frame you'll be made aware of. If not the first, depending on how you progress through things. To have her pop up like that and need Kuva is a wild choice, because it then leads new players to going, where do I get Kuva? Kuva is obtained from Void Floods. Okay, what is a Void Flood? Void Floods are unlocked after completing the War Within quest. Okay. And they then see War Within pop up with Operator and all the bits like that. It's just a couple thoughts away from revealing one of the major story points for Warframe. So yeah. Fortuna Bounty 30 to 50 is Kuva. I guess it has it sometimes, because it's not showing there.
Not gonna lie, we could...
First farmable frame, what I mean is all the assassination ones first, right? Oh. Oh boy. Okay, let me just pop out of here and show you what you're missing, Akara dude. So, you start on Earth. Oop, not Lua. Earth. Here we are. You start here, you go through your little bits there, and you're guided down this way, you go to Venus. Up to this point, you've obtained absolutely nothing Warframe blueprint-wise. You might go into Cetus, but in terms of where it's guiding you, you no longer are guided that way, so you'll go over this way. And then you end up at E-Gate, and then you end up at Fortuna, because there is the quest you've been invited to do there. And now you have the Garuda blueprint. So it is, at this point in time, for new players, the first, or one of the very first frames they will see. And having completed the quest, you'll then introduce that you can do the bounties, so you'll see where you can continue it there. It is very frequently going to be the very first one. The very first frame that they'll see in terms of farming, outside of having just been given their starter frame. The next one they could see is 2 steps further across this way, kind of really 1 step, let's be real, is then the Jackal, and the Jackal for Rhino, which they're going to be far more involved with because it's part of the process. Yeah, it's easy to miss the changes for new player experiences, absolutely, and just how significant it is to have a cohesive and sensible new player experience. RC just pointing out, Varuna suffers a similar problem. You get parts after War Within, but need Voyager Orbs from Zaraman to craft her parts. I believe so? Yeah. Hold on. I know there was something... There was the access to the shop. Was it materials as well? To get Luathrax Plasm from doing thingamabobs. So that is... In order to get access to this... You need to go to... Oh, come on, where's the links? I know it's Circuitous. I just want to easy link over to Circuitous. Don't make me search this up. Whatever. There it is. Okay. So yeah, access requires War Within, but then access to the Chrysalith, that requires Angels of Zaraman, which is a lot later into the game. But in terms of construction, Void Gel Orbs... Yeah, there they are on 2 of them, and those can't be obtained anywhere else, you're right. What a weird decision. Yeah, there's just no way around on that. That is a weird decision. So yeah, there are various bits that are confusing. Somebody out the operator cosmetics in Nightwave. So curiously enough, I've seen time and time again new players who've gone through all of this experience. They then talk about they saw these cosmetics in here, and they don't think about it. They'll see like the Day of the Dead mask and they're like, oh, but who is that for? When would I use that? And they don't really think about it. Apparently, that's what I repeatedly see coming up. If there's any new players here who can have a different experience to relate to, then do go right ahead. But apparently, by and large, they just don't put 2 and 2 together until it actually happens. Then you go, wait, what? Oh, right, that's what that Nightwave thing is about. Because there's just so many things happening and so many things which are locked that they just see, okay, skin for Shedu, I don't know or have or what's a Shedu, mask for something, I don't know, stuff. And so we'll just go poop straight over. It requires you to really be trying to pull apart the details early on to notice it all. But at the same time, I can understand the issues. Now for me, I don't have that personal experience, unfortunately. I don't have that personal experience of piecing together the bits and pieces or otherwise reaching the quest and going, what? Oh my god! Because it's on the plains of Eidolon, very early into the game, and the friend who got me into the game grabbed me and was like, hey Ken, look at this. Transference. I got little boy mode. Like, oh, huh, how do you unlock that? Oh, it's in the quests. Oh, okay. Cheers. Literally, he was so excited about it that he took the moment to get my attention and demonstrate the ability right there and then for me. ASAP. So, for everyone else having their revelations one way or the other, you'd never talk to them again. See, the thing is that when that happens at that time, how was I to grab any of the significance of it? It was already at least a question in mind of, okay, well, we're switching frames, so like, who is the operator? Are we just wearing these outfits? Are these just super suits? Is this just an Iron Man thing? And so that reveal of just, oh, okay, weird kid soldier. Okay, fair enough then. There's a lot of weird shit going on, and so that reveal a couple MR in was also just weird. Was that still when operators still Care Bear stab mode? This was after that, because I didn't start Warframe until 2019. But, yeah, that happened. Also, if I recall correctly from the last time I raised it with him, before we stopped speaking to each other over different reasons, including attempting to ruin someone's wedding. If I recall correctly, he didn't recall actually spoiling it for me at all. He didn't remember doing that in the slightest. It's like, of course you don't remember. Damn, it was just... Hey, I'm excited about a thing. I'm going to share it with my friend. Ah, my friend has seen it now. Cool, moving on with life. He didn't think about things any deeper than that in that regard. That's just how some people are. But it means that for me, there was never that reveal moment. Because from right early on, I just knew, through no fault of the game itself, other than allowing players to see it early, that you could share a lobby with someone who has access to it, and then they would just use it and it would be obvious if they brought your attention to it. But that's not really any different than him sending me a screenshot, I guess, at that point. Which, to be fair, if Warframe had it hidden, and so he tried to demonstrate it, and I went, What are you doing? Your Warframe just stood still. He would have then screen shared. So, I was always going to have seen it. There was nothing Warframe could have done to stop that. So yeah, for everyone who has that experience of learning what it's like, lucky you. Lucky you. Alright then, Garuda, let's go take you in. Just on that quick note of Operator, there are those who will be like, Ken, why did you put spoilery things in your thumbnails? They're a spoiler, they give it away. The very nature of content creation demands and requires the thumbnails, videos, anything I put together actually involves the game. I can't just scrub out everything that has even the slightest story relevance. And so if you ever wonder why I include those elements, it's because if I don't make a song and dance about it, that they're just kind of there, someone who doesn't know won't piece it together. Someone who does know will realise the significance because they've already gone through it. Only a very small subset of people who don't know will realise there's something to ask about and lead to spoiling themselves about it. Is really how it comes down. And that is an acceptable loss in comparison to a absolutely crappy experience, which would probably lead to this channel of never launching as well as it has. So you just wouldn't have the Engineer. I would have... God knows how my life would have gone if I hadn't gone into content creation, actually. Oh god, thanks for the reminder on that, Malicitos. Yes. I've had people complain, very few people, I think there's only 1 or 2 people, but I have had a couple people complain in the comments on my YouTube stuff that I would dare to have a green Fibonacci. Now, if you don't understand that pair of words as to why it is significant in any way whatsoever, Congratulations! You don't need to know. You'll find out in due time. These people were complaining that there was a green Fibonacci visible on screen and figured that that was a spoiler to complain about.
Locate a fracture, and I'll help you seal it. Oh, and Sparky.
Can't help you.
You run into that exploiter orb out there, you let it. Once she ices up, nothing can.
If someone looks at that, to that detail, when it's never the focus of the game, of the mission, of the video, of anything that's going on, looks at that and goes, "Ah, this has revealed an entire storyline to me! I must immediately act on this information!" Then, whatever. Can't help you. You're too far gone. Alright, let's go do one of these.
Show him how it's done, Sparky. We ain't got all cycle.
I wonder if Predator frames actually throw people off Child Soldier Twist? Who knows? Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Maybe they go, oh yeah, Warframes are basically just people, but they have helmets on. And then you find out later, oh. Oh my. Was I voicing Fibonacci? I'm not the voice actor for Fibonacci, no. Oh, did I activate the record? I did not. And slam. Rebooting. There we go. And now we just need to destroy reinforcements.
They'll wreck that drone rather than let it go, obviously. So, you know, stop that.
Let's just blapinate everything. Drone, where you going? That's a damn good impression. Thank you. Not enough biped? Pfft. I can't use every turn of phrase he uses. Unrelated to spoilers, Lotus colours, helmet name, the Carvia colours always kept default because of their own characters. Yeah, fair enough. I changed the colours that I did on the particular Carvia because of what they said at the opportunity to get the colour change. And again, I will go into no more detail on that. Those who know, know. Those who don't know, don't know. But if anything, I was just following the law. LORE law. Game said thing happened, I made thing happen. Alright, 2 more reinforcements and then this stage will be done. Ta-da!
Yeah, run, you muckers. Chase him if you want, Sparky.
What about those who've forgotten? Wiki. Wiki exist.
We have a winner.
Oh my god, 1,500 credit cash! Yes! It's a bottom level bounty. I expect it to be crap.
We want the Corpus presence here thin, so we can do what we gotta do without interruption. And do it fast, we're on a clock here.
Alright, let's eliminate nearby enemies.
This one's all about once they wake up, they'll shift to a defensive posture. So smash often, smash fast.
Alright, absolutely smashing. That hit almost no one. Huh. That was disappointing.
I'd say you're about half done. Anything less, and this op won't be effective.
Satisfying bit of explosion over there. There we go. Stage complete. 50 endo. Alright, final stage. Where do we go? Might as well take that thermal sludge.
They take their security seriously.
Oh, okay.
Trip an alarm and they could slag their entire databank in response. So be soddy careful.
Ah! It pushed me off it. I've never had that in here before. There we go.
And that, ladies and gentlemen,
It pushed me off the panel.
good people Well done, Sparky.
Hey, we got some bonus step bombs as well. Alright then, let's get out of here. Door open up. Mission successful. Ta-da! We got our bits and pieces. No Garuda blueprint, but that is fine. It's still a demonstrative mission. Okay. From LU, would you happen to be able to confirm a galvanized versus sacrificial steel calculation for me on the spot? It's on the Glaive Prime. Build includes Organ Shatter and Gladiator Might. As Tenacious Bond, it seems sacrificial wins only by 5% average damage. Interesting. Okay. Let's leave Fortuna and have a quick think over this. LU, could you send me the 2 builds that you are curious about? Literally just send them to me here in the chat. If you just get whatever money you got, send it over, and then do the swap arenas, send it over. We'll have a look at that real quickly there, because I'm happy to take the distraction. As long as you're quick about it. Whilst we wait on that, let's update the listings. Garuda, tier 1 bounty completed. LU says, yep, okay, we can just simply wait those to come through there. I know I've gone over the numbers before now when it comes to the galvanizer sacrificial steel calculations. There is some variation of the numbers based on what the rest of the build is. There is a dottage. We have a Glaive Prime. Okay. So let's start looking here at what are the relative movers and shakers. This is all you're moving and shaking. Fair enough then. This is all that you are moving and shaking. So if I just grab myself a second notepad. Okay, we have a base 22% critical chance and a base 2 times critical damage. Let's underline that there. Galvanized steel, to remind ourselves, is you're going to be heavy attacking because it's glaive. So it's a 220% CC bonus. This will be... now, you're not going to be building combo on this. So... let's assume a... well, let's assume a 3 times combo? I don't know what else you'll be using to affect combo. So for simplicity's sake, we're going to assume a 3 times combo. It's giving a 30% CC bonus here. And then we've got a crit damage, which is 120 plus 145, it's 265. Okay. So that is on that side. Versus this one. Probably got reflex? Maybe, but this is what LU sent. So LU gets the answer on LU's question. So versus here, sacrificial pressure is the wrong one. You wouldn't be swapping that in. You'd be swapping in sacrificial steel. There is also the matter of, will you be doing double sacrificial, or would you be doing just sac steel, no sac pressure? So sorry, Lily, you've kind of taken off too much of the detail here to give you a correct answer. I'll get you as close as I can. So let's go sacrificial steel. Let's assume you are using double sacrificial, which means sac steel will be 275% basic and then double for heavy attack. No sacrificial pressure. Okay. So 220 and that doubles to 440. Okay, along with, again, 145% bonus here. So that gives us, on one side of the equation, a critical bonus. We've got 1 plus 0.22 times 3.5 multiplied by 2 times 3.65 minus 1. Versus the other one, which is 1 plus 0.22 times 5.4 times brackets 2 times 2.45 minus 1, double close brackets. Let's see what these two come out to for you. So the galvanized side gives me a multiplier of 5.85. Where'd my notepad go? There it is. Versus the other one gives me a multiplier of 5.63. But that's partly because you're choosing not to use double sacrificials. So if you are using single sac, and you've calculated without galvanized reflex so far, it might be a mistake. It's not enough of a mistake. It doesn't matter. You'll equip it, but it's not going to change the mathematics in a way that matters here. So yeah, 5.85 versus 5.63. 5.85 going to the former of the two there, which is the galvanized steel approach, rather than using sacrificial steel. But that is, again, on the assumption that you're using sacrificial steel and primed pressure point, rather than sacrificial steel with sacrificial pressure. If you were to use the two sacrificials together, then sacrificial pressure, the damage bonus on it is 137.5, which is still less than the 165 that you get out of prime pressure point, but it's not far behind. Meanwhile, the crit chance goes up from 440 to 550 on the heavy attack, which is a significant increase, and if I recall correctly, will swing the mathematics there. Only just, but it does swing it. That said, modding for double sacrificial is also taking up premium space on a weapon which is no longer a premium weapon. Gone are the days of slash procs being king, and other weapons have stepped up with power as well. So honestly, going with the galvanized approach still works just fine. The differences are relatively minuscule at that point. I hope that gives you the answer you're looking for, value. Alright, I think we have time to do one more of these frame shenanigans. We need a Gauss one. Okay, I said just enough time, and then we get Gauss. Oh, you know what? It's fine. It's fun. Let's go do a bit of Gauss. Now, I'm not going to use Gauss's signature weapons, because quite frankly, I'm not a huge fan of them. So I am going to stick with Odd Faithful of using things like Burst and Fulman. Burst and Fulman. We'll go Bursten. And we'll equip a good old Zorus, because Zorus is fun to utilize. There we go. This will do just fine. Alright. Alright then, let's head ourselves over to Kappa. It is indeed the Twitch mission, is it not? Begin our records. Let's go. Tab that out so it doesn't pop up during any bits of the record. No, I missed a slam. Oh, that cast speed benefit. Oh, it is nice. Ooh. There we are. I apparently have white energy on this, so I will be blinded at times, but that's just how it goes. Okay. Bring us the threats. Just kidding, they're not threats. God, this almost becomes a full auto weapon at this attack speed. You can almost imagine it's actually just a Bratton at this point.
That thing bows and you can kiss the conduit goodbye.
What's the difference between Zorus and Falcor besides infinite combat duration? There's a few stats here and there. As well as acquisition. Honestly, there's not much difference between them these days. Outside of the obvious unique traits that make the Zorus, not a lot of difference. Ooh, key. Cool. This one goes in over here.
Demo units looking to depart this mortal coil and take you with it. Keep it clear of that conduit.
Did Som say something about those feeling easier than they used to? I have yet to do some proper testing, like Seal Path wise, but I'm inclined to agree. They do feel a lot easier, don't they? that a key over there? That is indeed a key over there. Where were you hiding? Oh, probably right here, actually. There we go. That's over this way. Oh, and another key is dropped. And another key is dropped. My word. This has got to be my companion's job. Spent more time aiming than actually killing that guy. Didn't pick up conduit keys used to be smoother or faster in the past? No. If you wanted to do it smoothly, you'd always just run over them. Sorry, roll over them to pick them up with the animation skip. I plugged it in. Where's the beepy beeps? This way. Excuse me, coming through. Obliterated. There we are. We're gonna do this a few rounds.
We can take them again.
Who knows? Maybe I can get a Gal's piece to show up nice and soon. That'd be nice. There you go. If those are the numbers you got, those are the numbers you got. Trust the math. It is so convenient. These abilities, including Subsumed War, have about the same duration. So they all run out at about the same time. I just have a 80-second repeat with a nice obvious trigger. Stuck on the door. Draw us through. Alright, where is this one? Over this way. I saw the marker just briefly. This way. Got him. There we go. I did hope somewhere in that spray a key would drop. I did indeed get one. Lock it in. Wait from across. Got him. And did think people used to struggle with disruption? I mean, genuinely struggle. D moved it around to a different part of the star chart because people were struggling with this.
Don't let them near the conduit.
Wild to think about. Anyway. Looks like key is all right on top of me. That was easy. Slap that in. Beepers over there. This tile's a little bit annoying to navigate at times, but it's fine. Got him. Near relic. Alright, so next one after this, we should now be into the Axigals territory. We'll see what we get. I did miss a light review. Can we get a blue? There we go. Static blue. Sorry, mid-mission is the best time for me to miss these things, especially when I'm recording it specifically for a vid. I always get a lot more focused on making sure I don't look like a derp. So sorry about that. It's alright, Doctor. Oh, I hear a... heard a Xmas unit. Looks like it died whilst I had my back turned. Where's the beeper? Beeper's this way. Don't know why I'm calling them beepers, but honestly it fits. Okay. That's another key. Whoop, slid past it. There we... Ooh, double. Now both in this room, or in this side, so plug this in. And then plug this in. Are they together?
Demo unit's on its way.
They might be. That'd be convenient. Nope, they're split. There we are. Still, if you can do multiple keys at once, it is faster. Nope. No, wait. Yep, this way. Yeah, I think I've seen all the spawn points on this particular map now. Axie Relic? Sure, why not? I actually don't remember what I got on the previous round. Was it another relic? Must have been some crap. Alright, next round. I've done... Oh yeah, I've only done 3 rounds so far, that's what it was. It always throws me off that it switches the round number at the end of the 4th conduit, not at the start of the next round. It always throws me off on that. Don't credit me with whatever round that hasn't actually even begun yet. Okay. Small thing. That's been there since the dawn of disruption. Where's our beeper? Probably really far away. Oop, right, no. Oop. There it is. That marker has made things so much easier as well. Even if you're not even hearing impaired, just the marker pops up so soon.
Demo unit incoming. Don't let them near the conduit.
Alright, where's this one? Not seeing any flashes in here at the moment. Anything in here? No. Bounce back just in case. Over this side. It was just far away. Take it out. This might be one of the more disorienting clips to watch on the video when I put it all together. Because like bits like that, that's normal Warframe. And then I just kind of start sprinting around spots and doing snap turns to shoot things. Hold on. I've had enough of that rampart, thank you. Never a fan of the ramparts when they happen. Oh, come on! How did I fall down that?
Demo unit's on its way.
We'll get in space OSHA. There we go. Hey, we got a Gauss piece! Love it! Love it! Gauss fashion looks very year-ready primary. I always think it looks more like titania-y. I'm going to do one more round, even though I've got a Gauss piece, just so I've got some kind of lead-out footage as well. I don't really need it. I also like disruption, so that's what we're doing. Also, again, near instant key. Gotta love it. Take out you. Another key. Beeper detected through that way, so I've got time. Plug this in. Second one has appeared. I think in the same direction. If I am so lucky. One down. Second beeper. Nope, other side. Luckily we can sprint. The pre-fire. Blinky blinky, but I don't see a key. So just keep on shooting stuff. There's an Xmas. I overshoot. Didn't see the beeper, so I'm just going to keep on focusing. Here it is. You're not the one. Just random butcher walking through the door with the marker behind it. And this side. Got him. Axie Relic. Easy.
Got another round in ya?
Let's get out of here. Alright then. No, I can get through. And it's just like that. Easy peasy peasy. 2 Axiom relics, 2 Neo relics, and a Gal systems to top it all off. Not bad for 12 minutes. Not bad for 12 minutes. It is a crazy thing about just how beefy demolishers used to be. Granted, that was normal mode. Normal mode, they should fall over. With that recorded, and I am focusing on normal mode because it's just going to be the easier way for people to farm all of these at the point that they should care. So that is done. But I am going to do one quick run, just one round, Steel Path. Just so we can see what it's like when they have some actual hit points, you know? Just out of curiosity. Let's make our way towards the objective. Activate this. Activate that. Activate this. Crack the panel. Let's go. Already we're seeing a difference there. I didn't immediately obliterate something just by looking at it. But it's the demolishers we're interested in. Let's activate this speed buff. I haven't done that yet. My bad. There we go. That's a better reload. Oh, damn. I got 2 gold keys at the same time. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Oh well.
Hear that beeping? Demo unit's on its way.
Nearly failed that. Well, I did fail that. Where you at? Where you at? There you at. Wow. Okay, that's... I mean, that's not just quick. That was almost stupid. You know, let's get rid of this before they use it. There we go. There we are. Heavy unit has dropped us our next key. Where does this one go? Over here.
Demo unit incoming. Don't let them near the conduit.
Over this side. It takes a fraction of a second longer. Like, I actually land a couple extra hits, that's it. God damn. I mean, I know some people were complaining about demolishers being tanky units. You'd have to build for it, but like... aim for the head and win. Never been more true. Which way, which way, which way? No vision, no listen. Oh, no, 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 no. There we go. Aha! There we are. We got a signal. Just evaporates.
Right, same again.
Yeah, granted, yeah, this is Bursted Incarnon. Bursted Incarnon does go burr. I have never once been exaggerating its effect. It is a very strong Incarnon. Very easy to use, very effective. You can't go wrong with it. Unless you can't get the headshot charges, in which case then you're fucked.
Way ahead of you. Time to hit the pub.
But yeah, overall, nailed it. Nailed it. So, yeah. If you're struggling with disruption nowadays, put some mods on, I guess. Put some mods on. Right. With that, though, that, my very lovely Titania-coded gals, as we're going to wrap it up. We've got a fair chunk of that recorded, but a fair chunk more is needed, and you see why this takes me as long as it does. I have on stream recorded Citanine, Temple, Araxia, Noko, Ash, Atlas, Baruch, Ember, Equinox, Excalibur, Frost, Gara, Garuda, and Gauss. Now, if you were to ask yourself how long each of those missions should take, it wouldn't add up to a 3-hour stream, would it? If we go, oh, Citanine, when it's a single bounty, well, like 6 minutes. Temple, it's stage defense, shouldn't be that long, but we'll give it 6 minutes to stretch it out a bit. Araxia, okay, that's our Weaver, that's longer, so let's say 18 minutes. Noko, it's a 6-minute bounty. And then Ash, Volatile Mission, they do take a while, so let's say 12 minutes was there. Jordus, that was done in like 3 minutes. Baruch for the Toroids, that did take a while, so let's say 10 minutes, was it? Ember, that's done in 3 minutes. Equinox was done in 3 minutes. Excalibur was done in 2 minutes. Gara... Oh, I skipped over Frost. Frost was done in 3 minutes. Gara, it took a little bit longer, so let's say that was like maybe 6 minutes. Garuda, same again, let's say it was 6 minutes for the stages. Don't think it was that long. And then Gauss, well, we spent more time than we needed on it, but let's say 15 minutes for the many rotations. If you added that up, it comes to 100 minutes. Well, 99 actually. So where's the other 100? Inefficiency. Loading times, chatter, getting distracted by Reddit if I'm not on live streams, yeah, things like that. I acknowledge it takes longer to do these things than it ever feels like it should. But yes. So if you ever see me answering a question, basically any time of the day over on Discord or whatnot, understand it's not necessarily taken away from the video making, it's just part of who I am. It's just part of who I am. But anyway, that is for today, where we're going to wrap it up in terms of those bits and pieces. I'll be live again on Sunday with some more good old Warframe. We won't be doing more of this on Sunday. It'll be something else you can look forward to then, absolutely. But for now, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And before the adverts kick in like 50 seconds time, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.